how to set boundaries in your business. And first of all, we got to be very clear. The problem is you. It's not about other people. You are a people pleaser. You're afraid to set boundaries. You're afraid to stand up for yourself. You're anxious. You're anxious about the consequences. What if people won't like you? What if maybe people won't work with you together anymore? Whether they just generally dislike you and are not collaborating with you properly anymore? Talk bad behind your back? You're afraid of all that. And that's why you don't stand up for your needs. And you have to learn, though, to stand up for yourself and to set boundaries. And if you do that the right way, if you do that in a respectful way, people will respect you even more. So you can actually gain something interpersonally out of that. Not just for yourself, that you set boundaries for yourself, but also that other people perceive you differently. It's very important because right now you're just in the anxious state. What happens if I'm afraid to annoy people? But actually you can get even more respect while setting your boundaries very respectfully. Now, here's the journey that you need to go through. Right now you feel anxiety, and that's rather low emotional level. And in this state you cannot set confidently boundaries. You need to let go of this emotion. And the journey is the following. Ultimately, you would either like to feel boredom when you think about setting boundaries and standing up for yourself and having those difficult conversations. You either feel boredom or you feel at ease. That's one of the emotions that you want to feel. And you're not just randomly jumping from anxiety to boredom or feeling at ease. You need to go through a certain journey. And the next step and the next higher level emotion of anxiety would be anger. I want you to be a little bit angry about all the opportunities you missed in the past, everything that you messed up. Because right now you're still anxious. You're very much thinking in the worst case scenario, what happens if? What if I do that? I'm anxious, and I want you to actually get angry about, damn it, I messed up a lot, and why can I not set boundaries? And if you get angry, you're at a higher emotional level. You have more energy suddenly. And also what's different from anxiety is more about withdrawing, anger is about approaching. So that's a higher level emotion. I want you to really get angry about the missed opportunities you have and the lack of development you have here. Now, anger though is not optimal because anger is close to rage, and rage is just energy in all sort of directions without actually deliberately deciding on where to go. And you can hurt people, and if you set boundaries in an angry way, this is when you create conflict because people won't like you. I think that's clear. So it doesn't stop here. When you get angry, that's fine, but you need to transform this anger then into deliberate courage. So get angry about the missed opportunities that you have, and then ask yourself, what can I do about this right now? Be deliberate about that and be courageous about that. That's why I call it deliberate courage. Which conversations do I need to seek? How do I do that? And let's use this energy that I got here, this anger, and transform this into courage, and let's have a bold but respectful conversation with the right people. So we suddenly are going from anxiety to anger to deliberate courage. And deliberate courage is about action taking. And when you take the action, you set the boundaries properly, and you see the results, then you start to feel at ease. You start to feel happy about that, proud about yourself. And if you continuously do that, you even start at some point feel bored about that. You start to look onto new journeys that you have, new struggles that you have that you can work on, because this is not a struggle anymore. You're even bored talking about this. I have this quite often with my clients after like 5-6 calls. Often they start to be bored about it. Like, I don't really have the urge to talk about this topic anymore, but we still have a couple of sessions left. What do we talk about then? Because I'm not motivated anymore talking about that because it's not a big deal for me anymore. And that's awesome. This is exactly what we're aiming for. You're so tired of talking about it because it's not even relevant for you anymore. And it was a couple of weeks before. It was a big deal for you. That's where you want to go. Now, how you get there is a little bit difficult because it's very individualized. If you want to talk about that and if you want to work on that together with a professional coach, then I suggest that we are talking and you sign up for a call with me. There's a link below the video. There we can have a first conversation, get to know each other, and then we have a second free strategy call, a full hour call where we basically build an individualized strategy based on your personality traits, based on your situation, your circumstances, and also your needs and what you actually would like to change. And we work out a very clear strategy, and then afterwards we can decide whether working together makes sense. But let's give this a try. I mean, you're probably not setting boundaries for quite a while. And you're losing money, by the way. If you're having a business and you cannot set your boundaries, people will always make use of you as much as they can and as much as you allow them to. And if you're not setting your boundaries straight, people will get lazy, they not perform as well, they're not paying as much. And that costs you money, time, mental health, all of that. So let's talk. Let's bring you up, so down from anxiety up to a feeling of at ease and even boredom when we talk about setting boundaries in your business.